Friends, payment industry, it is believed that simply by converting physical transactions to online payment can increase the GDP by 1%. Central government has taken a decision that all payments and receipts, at least 90% of payments and receipts by December 2016 should be made online. Any mode of payment, online payment is acceptable. New payment banks have been approved, and they are penetrating into new areas of physical payments, small value proximity payments. The NPCI is coming out with a unified payment interface which will enable interoperability of different payment systems in the country, so that it does not matter what kind of payment account you are using and to what kind of a payment system do you want to submit payment. Seamlessly, you will be able to transfer your payment. So you could be paying to your taxi driver using your mobile phone, and the amount can be going to the bank account of the taxi driver without any issue. All different kind of payment systems will talk to each other and will be able to seamlessly create this facility. Online payment systems provide tremendous opportunity for innovation and support of devices across the country. Another very important area of innovation, and which I would like to present before you, is local languages. It is not possible to talk of inclusion, and it's not possible to talk of reaching out to 1.25 billion people if the technology devices are not talking to them in their own languages. Unfortunately, we are a country of multiple languages, hundreds of languages. There are 22 officially recognized languages, but all our technology content, most of it in any case, is in English. How do we expect that we reach to the people in the rural and semi-urban areas who are largely local language speaking people? A concerted effort from all of you is required to focus on technology, in language technology areas, so that machine translation, content availability is seamlessly possible, as it is possible in European languages, as it is possible in Chinese, as it is possible in Japanese, and so on and so forth. A country which boasts of doing more than 50% outsourcing of the world, a country which talks of one of the fastest growing innovation ecosystem in the world, I think it is a challenge and a requirement which this country seeks from all of you to create technologies which will meet the requirements of our own. From the government side, I would like to say that we have come out with a draft policy where all the linguistic resources that have been created by government over the last 20 years in all regional languages and Hindi will be placed in open domain, so that all of those who would wish to work on this area can make use of these and take the effort to create machine translatable technologies in Indian languages a reality. Friends, going forward, interface with government departments is always painful. I don't have to go into it. All of us have faced it. Government officers also face it all the time, I can assure you, when they have to interface with other government departments. So it's not you should not feel that maybe the people sitting in the government are unaware of it or do not feel the pain of it. But I think technology is the solution. Technology will deliver us from that pain more than anything else. We have done large number of services. I talked about 55 crore services that have been delivered. A large number of services, however, continue to have the pain of you make an online application and then you have to send your documents by post, or you have to go before the office and make a signature there to actually receive that, make sure the application is received. or you have to make the payment through a check or cash to the government office. Each of this adds pain and, in fact, does not actually really empower or reduce the interface between government and the citizen. The government is now actively suggesting that all government services will be presence-less, paperless, cashless. You do not have to, you should be able to make your online application, authenticate it, submit your documents through digital locker, make your payments online in cash, so that the transaction is complete end-to-end as far as the citizen is concerned. That would be the real deliverance of technology, and that requires support from all of you. Let me briefly talk about electronics manufacturing. I think a lot has already been said. I've already mentioned that there have been over 160 new investment proposals worth about $16.5 billion that have come and are in process. Yesterday we had MSIP's meeting. 13 of those proposals were approved yesterday and are going forward. Today we have investments coming from different countries, and we welcome all of this. We welcome every investor who comes, and we will work with them to assure them that any difficulty that you have, we will try to address and solve it. All major brands are coming to India, particularly in mobile sector. In the last 10 months, we have seen 15 new manufacturing facilities start in India. Over 20,000 jobs have been created. 9 million phones per month are being manufactured. Manufacturing facilities manufacturing 9 million phones per month has been set up. But in addition to that, sectors like automotive electronics, sector like LED, sector like consumer electronics and appliances, solar photovoltaic have seen significant level of interest. While global major brands have started investing, and we, like I said, we welcome, we are also extremely happy to see a lot of Indian brands who were not in this sector have entered into electronics manufacturing. Some of them had gone out, they have restarted investing in electronics. Some of them were not in electronics and they have come into electronics. And I think that's a very healthy sign, where Indian business houses who have had the resources and have kept away from this sector have started to come. Just to mention a couple of names, Hero Group has come into electronics in a significant way, and similarly yesterday the Century Plywood Group has come into in this sector, and there are some others also which I don't remember on top of. Startup, I think Vinay already mentioned about the startup action plan, and we are so excited about the startup. I don't want to go, each of this is a huge subject in itself, and the amount of activity and the excitement that is going on. Electronics and IT sector is seeing the largest startup activity in the country, and one of the largest anywhere in the world. More than 1,000 startups started last year. And just a small correction, the Electronic Development Fund and the Innovation Fund are two different funds. Both of them have become operational. The Electronic Development Fund is being managed by Canara Bank Venture Capital, and the Innovation Fund is being managed by SIDBI. So there is a lot of, and it's good because both of them would be competing for your attention. In fact, the Canara Bank Venture Capital has appraised over 20 venture daughter funds to give support in the last 2 to 3 months of its existence. It's based right out of Bangalore, and all of you who are in the venture capital industry possibly are looking to have support from EDF may like to talk to Canara Bank Venture Fund in this regard. Bangalore is a special place for us. EDF is also now based. It's not by design, but that's how it goes. Today the EDF is based here, a lot of other things based here. But I want to make a special mention of a special innovation that has happened in Bangalore by a company in Bangalore in the electronic sector. The set-top box system, we wanted to make a change from the typical system of R&D in the government, and that is supporting government R&D labs for R&D. And we, through contract R&D, through expression of interest for the first time in 2013 or 14, had invited industry to set up, to create a conditional access system for set-top boxes. This is one industry which has largely global players, no Indian players. Initially, there was a lot of discouragement, saying it is impossible to penetrate large players and get into this market. Nevertheless, when we actually floated the EOI, there was a response, and we finally selected a company here in Bangalore called by the name DeitY of the Velankani Group. And we gave them the mandate was you develop a set-top box, the conditional access system, and a set-top box based on the conditional access system, which is market ready and deployable and competitive in the market. In 1.5 years, they have completed the task and ahead of time. And they have, the task was they should at least tie up with 5 broadcasters and 250,000 deployment of set-top boxes in the market at market rates with no support from the government. They have, in fact, they completed the development ahead of time, and they, yesterday, I happened to meet the promoter of that company on the flight, and he was telling me that they have already deployed 25,000 set-top boxes in the market, competing with all the other global players who are deploying set-top boxes in the market. I think this is what the innovation opportunity in India can do.